Looking to transform your family game nights? At Perfectly Picked Games, we specialize in family games that bring everyone closer. Our games aren't just fun. Kids and teens will learn how to take turns, develop basic strategy skills, and understand the thrill of winning and grace of losing. With our exclusive gift of games, you can give months of gaming excitement to your family. Choose a 3-month or 6-month gift, and we'll deliver hand-picked family games to your doorstep every month. And here's the best part. Right now, you can use the promo code GOLDENMOJO and receive 20% off your selected plan. Don't miss out on this exclusive offer. Use promo code GOLDENMOJO and save 20% today at Perfectly Picked Games.
I absolutely love Miley Cyrus.
Give me some sugar.
Say hello.
I see you coming down the
What's
aisle.
up there, call boys?
Break me in the mouth. Yes.
You have failed.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Call Guys podcast. I'm Gunner, also known as Chico Noise, 3-time podcast host, and alongside me, as always, it's Juan, Santa Claus 4-3, and our special guest for this Christmas episode, we have He Who Shall Not Be Named, also Snake Plissken, also Jake Everett. What other name do you want to be called? And I got nothing.
I think that's good.
Yeah,
We're good to go. We're excited.
Covered them all.
Yes.
Covered them all. What is up, fellas? Did you have a good Christmas? A Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I had a good Christmas. So far, the family, it's just been my family here at the house. The wife had to work today. But I mean, half day Tuesday, no work Wednesday. And then I took pretty much all the time off that I could to the new year. So I'm here at the house the rest of the time. So that'll be nice. Get some little R&R and relax.
Rest and relaxation.
Yep. Bears
Listeners,
just had a touchdown called back over a penalty, so I got that going for me too.
Yes.
Yeah, for those of you who are not, keeping up with it, but the Bears are playing the Seahawks right now, and and the Bears are going to do what the Bears always do, and they're going to find a way to lose. So I got that going for us.
Well, give me two. I need three things. I got three things here. For all those that are listening on this Monday, this is December 30th,
Yes,
which
it
is also Juan Kyo for Three's birthday.
Oh
so,
my gosh.
whoop, whoop. Happy birthday. What are you, 42, 36, 37,
Oh, so
31,
close.
34? I don't know.
I'll be 34.
34. That's right.
Last few
birthday.
days of my Larry Bird year going to my Walter Payton sweetness years.
Hey. How does it feel to be 34?
I
Feel great. I feel great. I just want to say defense got to work good. Well,
defense just has to get it together. Bears just kicked a field goal and scored, so we're riding high, and I don't think we're riding high, and we're in the clouds, and I don't think we're ever coming down, right, Jake?
Yeah. Other than I said that after a victory, and you say it after the score is 3-3.
Might as well be a victory.
That's great. I'm pretty sure those points, though, and we'll see as this airs as we look back on it. But at this point, I think with that field goal, it ties the combined points and the combined number of punts in the game. They're now 6-6.
Hold
total.
on here, no way.
Is that about right?
No,
Should be.
you
As you look for that, I do want to wish you a happy birthday.
appreciate that, brother.
As we're listening, as listeners are in this. If you know Colton, if you have his cell phone number, please at this point pause the podcast, send him a quick text. Matter of fact, give him
That's
a call
awesome.
because he just let you know he's not working. Okay, he's not out there helping with your heating needs. And if your heater's out, you're not calling or texting Colton. He's not helping you right now. Okay.
Oh my
But
You know what he's
guys,
doing?
wish him a happy birthday, if you wouldn't mind. He just left his Larry Bird year 33, and it's all downhill from here. Okay. Everything starts hurting. He already has a knee of an 80-year-old. Now it's going to be 85.
It's so true, though. Like
What?
I wish I could joke, but it's so true.
His phone is also muted. If you're listening right now, his phone is also muted because he's probably sitting in a movie theater. So
That is also true.
Oh, yes, that is correct because right now he's undergoing the plethora of films, the extravaganza that has become Colton's birthday. Colton, do we have an idea of what kind of movies we're going to be going? I don't want to give it away. You
I
don't want
think
the
we can do
paparazzi showing
five.
up.
I think I can
No,
do.
you cannot do
I think
five.
I can do 5 movies this year.
No way.
I
That would
know,
be
dude. I'm telling you, I don't even know if I want to watch 5 movies that are out.
okay.
I think
I
I can
don't.
make it happen.
I'm gonna right now.
Jake, Gunnar, you do some math there. Jake, you are right. Unfortunately,
6 punts, 6 points.
it's bad, and we're winning the pump battle by 1 total yard.
Oh no. Ooh, hey, it's a tight game.
Special teams got to come in through the clutch for us. God, we suck.
For those listeners who maybe don't know, Colton, do you want to
I
explain
hate
what your
them.
birthday extravaganza has become?
Yeah, so pretty much for my birthday, if I can take it off, I enjoy the movie theater so much. I really do. I've got so many good memories about going to movies. Um, Mostly revolving around my dad, and we'd go early, and we would just sit there and we talk way before the previews even started. So that was always fun. Um, so the movie theater will always have a special place in my heart. And a couple years ago, I went. I think what did we get, Gunner? 3 movies that day.
Yeah, we did. Yep, it was
Three.
Kingsman, The Matrix, and
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. Yep.
Yes, yes, yes. So I think we did it. We started at what, noon or 1,
It was early. Yeah.
and then we watched 2 movies. I had to pick up the kids, and then we got a late movie to kind of round out the night.
Grab some Wingstop
Oh, we did get some Wingstop. Yeah.
with the Burger Man.
Yes. The Whopper man. That's still funny. Um, but I think I can make this happen. There's a movie that starts at 8:20. And then that's a 2-hour movie. Okay. So I think that would put me about 11:15ish. And then there's another movie that starts at 11:45. That's about a little less than 2 hours. And then I think the next movie I saw started at like 2. And then obviously you could squeeze in 2 more movies after, say that movie's a 2-hour movie, that's 4 o'clock. You could definitely still get a 5 o'clock movie and still another movie. I think I could do 5 movies.
That's incredible, first and foremost. Secondly, do you have any sort of connection with this movie theater? Are you going to the same movie theater, or do you have to move movie theaters?
It depends on what movies are available at certain times because you got to do a little checkers and chess here, okay?
Mhm.
Um, Thankfully, there's like 2 major ones, but there is a third one in the hip pocket that I do keep up with just in case. One of the 2 I can't work a movie in. But yes, I will probably end up at the Regal, which is up north at some point in time. Because I do like to indulge myself with that movie theater, which
That's a
means
great theater.
a reclined seat. So, um, so yeah, that is, I mean, truly, that is kind of the game plan is hopefully stay down south for as many movies as I can in a row and then swing up north. So I think 5 can be done.
I think you're right. I think it can be done. I think it's going to be a stretch. But I will tell you one thing.
What's that?
During your whole spiel there, I text my boss and just
Yeah.
got the 30th up.
Let's go.
So I will be there. Let's go.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yep.
You were killing my late night plans, I'll be honest.
Yep. I'm sorry. We had talked about it. We have some people off all week that week, next
Oh,
week,
makes
and I was
sense.
like, I don't know, and so there you go. All right, if you're listening, don't text me either because I'm at the movies with Colton. So yeah, so that was one thing. Colton's birthday. Colton, 34. Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Second
Thanks.
thing, Colton's talking about the Bears. The Skywalker is at the Bears Seahawks game, his first NFL game ever. So that's exciting for him. Happy he could make it. Jess got him
Sorry,
some
it's this
tickets.
game.
Hey, yep. Hey, I mean, Soldier Field. I mean, it's a great atmosphere too, isn't it? I mean, I'm sure it is.
Yeah. I went my first game. We played the 49ers, and it was a snowy game. It was pretty cool. Great atmosphere. Um, the guy sat next to us, I took my brother-in-law. He's a 49ers fan, and the guys next to us were really good. Of course, my brother-in-law also wasn't obnoxious, so which Skywalker doesn't strike me as like the obnoxious Seahawks fan.
I wouldn't. It depends on how many beers he's had.
Well, okay. My brother-in-law doesn't have that problem, so
Yeah.
um we the guys around us were really good, so that's nice. Um so yeah, it is a great place to watch a game, I think. But you do have to worry about the elements of the outdoors of that stupid
Yeah,
wind.
it is raining there tonight.
Oh,
Good
that
old Lake
sucks.
Michigan. Thank you.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, was there a third thing, or was
There
it
was
just
a
those
third
two?
thing, and it's what I'm wearing.
Dude, I love that jersey, man. Quack, quack, quack,
Quack.
quack, 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 quack,
Yes.
quack, 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 quack.
Also, a shout out to the Skywalker. This is one of the greatest Christmas gifts I think I've ever gotten in my life.
That District 5 jersey.
Dude, I opened it up. It has the D5 on it.
I know it does.
It's freaking awesome. No, I opened it up and I just was like, and I saw the duck at first, and I was like, that's Conway jersey. I know it. Flipped it open, and there it is, 96. Sick. Great.
Nice.
It's gonna get framed. I wanted to wear it for like one time. I'm gonna frame it, put it down here somewhere. I don't know, on the wall. But yeah,
That is
Skywalker.
awesome.
It was killer. I was like, I had a gift for him. He was gonna open. I was like, dude, not even worth opening that. Just throw it away.
Oh my gosh. Oh, so you opened yours first?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, nah.
I'm sorry. You just go to your wallet, grab a couple $100 out.
Yeah. Just
Oh, that's supposed to be in there.
toss him a couple, whatever I got, some candy, a gift card. I don't know. Yeah. All right.
Oh
So-
gosh.
What you guys been watching? What you guys been listening to?
Ooh. Jake, you want to go?
Sure. What am I watching? What am I listening to? I'm listening to my Spotify does a review for you of your top 100 over the year. So I'm back into that, which is basically exclusively Disney and pop punk. That's pretty much all an alternative rock, alternative music, kind of like that. So um, that's what I've been listening to. What have I been watching? I I don't know why, but I had a moment on Netflix where I saw, and I think they do this on purpose, where they tell you, "Oh, this movie's leaving. You know, your last day to watch it
Oh.
is December
Oh yeah.
31st." So Transformers got me.
Oh yeah.
It got everybody in
Oh
this
yeah.
thing.
It does. It does. However, I went a little too deep. I went Transformers, then I went Revenge of the Fallen, and then I went Dark Side of the Moon. I watched all three.
You got to.
You don't have to. They
I
don't get any
know.
better.
Oh, they don't.
They're so fun to watch. Though.
Fun to watch. I mean,
Fun to
It's a
watch.
Michael Bay movie.
Is the literal minimum that you could give it is fun to watch.
okay, that's just like it. Yeah, okay, like okay. So that's just a bless your heart kind of phrase, right? Like
Yeah,
just
yeah,
bless your heart.
yeah. Thank you, thank you for these movies.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
I find myself also watching that movie in a way that I'm like, so when they were filming it, the camera just filmed a landscape. Like they just it just I
Oh,
want to
it's
I want to do this long shot of like the desert.
especially the Return of the Fallen, the second
Yes.
one. Like you're
A
right,
pyramid. Let's
100%.
do a pyramid.
Yeah, like I just need they're just gonna pan the camera, like we're gonna put it on a car and we're just gonna drive it down the highway and I just need you to film behind the car. But there's nothing there because we're just gonna fill it all in later.
Yep.
And it's fine. And then it's like we're just gonna do a trolley and we're just gonna swing it real quick, and we're just gonna blow some stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll
Thank you,
fill it
Michael
all
Bay.
in with like these
Yep.
robot monster alien guys. It's fine. It'll work.
Have you guys ever seen that video of the girl with the pinata where she hits the pinata and then she goes in for a second swing and all the kids are running for candy? And right as she swings, it transitions to Optimus Prime cutting off a bunch of alien heads.
No.
No.
Okay, I'll send it to you. It's
I'll send it to
hilarious.
you.
It's hilarious.
Oh
I
my.
am Optimus Prime.
Yeah, so that's that. I mean, apart from other Christmas movies, which are just classic things that you must watch around
List them
Christmas.
off. What do
Yeah,
you got?
what'd you watch, brother?
Well, I mean, we had the original Rudolph claymation. We did the original Frosty the Snowman from like circa 1968 or something like that.
Did both of
Nice.
those.
Um, which was good because we watched that, and then there was like a trivia question that Aurora got, which was like, what's the first word that Frosty says when he comes to life after putting the magician hat on? And it's happy birthday. That's the first thing he says. So that was cool. Watched Elf, watched um, what else did we watch? Christmas Vacation, of course, that always comes on. Just some different movies like that, some classic ones.
The
Nice.
good ones.
Nice,
Colton?
nice. Oh man. Listening to I'm still on my Like Roses and Dear Seattle kick right now. Um really enjoying them still. What I actually went to the IU Notre Dame college football first round playoff game.
Nice.
Froze. Very, very cold. Um Obviously IU didn't win, so but all in all, got to spend the day with my dad. A huge win there. And fun time had by all, but it was a long, long day. I think we started
Mhm.
at 3 and got home about 1.
Mm.
So we had that going for us. Um, I did that. What else? Dilly dum dum.
Diddly dum
Watching
dum.
movie wise, Elf, all the classics like Jake just said, really. Polar Express. Um, oh, The Grinch. We've watched like all of the Grinches. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the animated Grinch, the
The
new one,
original
the
and the
old,
new one.
yeah, the original and the old, the original and the new one. Um, what else did we do? We did Four Christmases, Christmas Vacation, all those. My wife though wants to throw a Christmas party one year that she saw that everybody's throwing is where you come dressed as your favorite Christmas Vacation character to this party.
Everybody be Chris Cousin Eddie. Share's full, Colton.
Oh yeah, it was. There's some really really good costumes in there, so that was pretty cool. Um, so who knows? We might do that sometime. That'd be fun. Man, I too, Jake, fell into the Transformers trap on Netflix. Um, except for I
And
have the
you
third.
just watched them.
Yeah, yeah.
You rewatched the rewatch.
I know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
I don't get it.
I don't either. I'm weak. Outside of that, man, that's about it, really. I got the family coming this weekend. Well, it would have came last weekend now.
Yeah.
So pretty pumped about that. And but yeah, man, what about you? What are you doing?
Listening, not a whole lot. Just sticking to that good old Pocket FM. Listening to that same story I've been listening to for the last 1,500 episodes. I've been listening to it, so I'm about 900 episodes away from actually completing that. So that's
Jeez.
yeah, it's a task. It'll get done. Watching, man, we watched a lot in the last 2 weeks. We watched Jingle All the Way. We watched Noel. We watched Four Christmases, which I actually watched for the first time. We had talked about it, and I was like, I think I've seen it. And then we watched it, and I was like, I've never seen this movie. I
My
enjoyed it.
My boss loves that movie. That's his all-time favorite Christmas movie, and I never watched it all the way through until last year. And I'm like, this movie is so freaking stupid.
Well, Reese Witherspoon carries it. I don't think Vince Vaughn has any like he doesn't even need to be in that movie.
Well, he's just Vince Vaughn in the movie. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's what
Like
yeah.
his normal Vince Vaughn character.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Just
agree
kooky,
100.
like
Yeah,
he's
just
so energetically like crazy.
I
I
mean,
don't know
he's
how
like
to
it's
say
like
it.
Wedding Crash. He plays the same role, like
Yeah,
Wedding Crashers type role. That's his role.
quick talking.
Yeah.
Like he's in denial all the time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But you're absolutely 100% right. Reese Witherspoon's performance on this movie is
So
what
good.
makes this movie good. 110% agree.
Yeah.
So yes, continue with after four Christmases.
Yeah, we watched Scrooge, which I also don't
Oh,
think I've ever seen fully through, which I did enjoy.
is that
It
the Bill
was
Murray one?
yes, the Bill Murray
Okay.
Scrooge. Yeah. It was a decent movie. I mean, I think it's aged kind of odd. I don't know how else to say that, but it was good for what
Okay.
it was. And then Sarah's obviously watched Polar Express. I don't know how many times she's watched it, but and then the other one we watched was Carry On.
I
Did
have
either of
been
you
be-
watched it? Did
I
you
have been
watch
told to
it?
watch it. It's good.
It
Okay.
was fun. Oh, Jake, sorry, I'm not
Okay.
gonna say
Oh,
anything.
Jake's got to
Okay.
take.
Okay.
Jake's got to take. I like this.
Listen.
Where are we
I know
going?
where you're going, Gunner. Okay. And okay, I'm with you in Act One. I'm with you in
Oh,
Act
they
Two.
okay. Yep.
Act Three is it loses me. It loses me. And Colton, you know this. I am a realist, and it's my own flaw, and it
Uh-oh.
bothers my wife, and it bothers my friends when I watch movies, and it's like I seek out all the plot holes and the things that don't make sense, and the way that we just it just works out that way, and it's like no,
Oh, it's
that
one of
doesn't
those.
happen. That doesn't
Okay.
happen. That wouldn't
Great.
happen that way. That's not how that would work. And
There.
there are two events that occur at Act Three that I'm like, nah, and it kind of soured me a little bit. I will say Act One, phenomenal. Act Two, really good, really good. And then Act Three, no. I'm out on that one. So that's my take on it. And I'm not
That
spoiling anything for anyone who hasn't seen it, but
that's
that's where I'm at.
perfect. That's perfect. I think you're completely right. I think the complete Act Three of that movie was not realistic. It just seems so. It was
Oh.
so real from the start of the movie to the time where Jason Bateman did everything that happened to the point where he boarded, right? And then like from there on, it was like, but I did enjoy it. I really did. It turned into it was an action film after that, and just
Yeah, but it's not a good action film because
no,
sometimes
no, I
good
agree.
action films know that they're a little bit too much, right?
This
There's a
was a
danger.
thriller. This should have been a thriller through and through.
Yes, it should have been a thriller. Absolutely. It should have taken if listen, Snakes on a Plane was Snakes on a Plane because it was Snakes on a Plane, right? And it's like this tried to it's not as obviously not as far-fetched as Snakes on a Plane, but Snakes on a Plane went there because it knew it was ridiculous. Like it just that was the whole joke. That was part of it. It knew it was ridiculous. This one became a little ridiculous, but didn't know it became ridiculous,
Yeah,
and that's my biggest flaw with it.
I feel like it was realistic up to a certain point, and then it became more of an action film. But there were certain points in the movie, like where he betrayed friends, and like things happened where like he had to do things because of what was happening. But dude, Jason Bateman, phenomenal. That was so
Yeah,
good.
yeah. I mean, it was good. It was good to see him extend his role
He was,
from
you saw
Ozarks
his
because
face through like 2% of the movie.
yeah. I mean, Act Three, he had a lot of screen time in Act
He did.
Three. Definitely enjoy him as a voiceover
Mm-hmm.
actor,
Yes.
narrator kind of thing that he was in the first, which reminded me of like Phone Booth a little bit
Mm-hmm.
with
Mm.
that feel of I just blanked on his name though. Kiefer Sutherland, thank you, Kiefer Sutherland, as that voiceover for Colin Farrell, like the antagonist that you don't actually see him, you just hear him, and that takes also a certain skill for acting that I felt Bateman does have. But I think it felt so good because I don't know if you guys have seen Ozarks, but it just felt like kind of he was more of a like a later season Ozark, where he turns a little bit more than just a innocent guy that gets caught up in the wrong thing to actually a villain, and that's kind of what he was
I
here.
think he played a really good villain in this too.
I think I think he's a very underappreciated villain. I think he's very sneakily good at that role. Because I think you don't expect him to be in that role.
But you see him a lot in his early career as being like a really charismatic, like helpful sidekick kind of character.
Almost
Not
goofball esque. I don't want to say
yeah.
goofball, but like that was kind of like comic relief. He was the comic relief,
Yeah,
it
I
seemed
mean,
like.
look at like Hancock, where he plays like the guy who's trying to help out, and then he gets, his wife is. He just plays like a side character that gets the short end of the stick sometimes, and
I'm just thinking of dodgeball.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, Dodgeball. He was in Game Night or whatever that one rom-com almost a little
yeah,
bit, I think, where
yeah,
they
Oh
play
yeah.
games. That one was the one. I will say though that Nonstop did feel like that thriller that was in a post 9/11 world, that you're like, okay, how could it even happen? I know, Gunnar, you said it was realistic. It did feel like that without it actually just being another cookie cutter terrorism kind of
yeah,
movie that maybe wouldn't have landed well with audiences of our age, kind of a deal. So I did appreciate that it was realistic, but still lighthearted enough around 9/11 to not be like a straight terrorism
yeah.
film.
I think that was more of the viewpoint also, like giving us the TSA viewpoint, not the like passenger on the plane. I think
Yeah,
that's a whole
yeah,
different aspect, which I think helped the movie a lot.
agreed.
Colton, go watch it. Let us know what you thought. It was worth
On the
watching. We
list.
Instead of watching It's a Wonderful Life this year, which we do every single year, we watched Carry On, which it was fine with me. Like I wanted to watch it. It's one of those that I wanted to watch. Sarah said we should watch Carry On. I go, what's that? I was like, is that some like movie about a divorced guy going in? She's like, and then she's like, no, it's the one with the cute guy from
Kingsman.
Kingsman. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, you're talking about the one where the plane and all that. And so we got an all conversation, but yeah, it was worth a watch. Definitely worth a watch. Anybody out there that watches it, let us know what you thought. Callguyspodcast@gmail.com.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. It's been on the list. I just haven't had time to see it. So
Definitely a probably not with the kids movie.
oh yeah.
Have you seen? Yeah, don't watch it with children. Have you seen the other Netflix, the M. Night Shyamalan one, The Trap, with Josh Arnett?
Oh, is it
Is
the
is that the one?
the concert one?
Yes.
Yeah, I have not
Yeah.
seen it yet.
Okay. Okay. Kind of similar vibes a little bit in that
Okay.
um again, really like the idea.
The
The
third
idea
act
is great.
sucks.
It just kind of gets a little out there. It just kind of gets a little far-fetched in it. And you're
It's
just like,
so bad. I
not
hated the
sure.
end. I
Well, the
hated
dad's like a
it.
serial killer or something, right? That,
So the premise
that
Well,
is,
we
aspect.
yes,
don't
that
know
that
that.
yes, that is in the trailer. That is released information that you do know, that the
Yes.
entire concert is set up to trap him, and he's just this, you know, um, white collar guy that just is there with his daughter at a popular artist's concert, right? And it's nope, this entire elaborate thing is just to catch him, and they're gonna filter everyone out, and he's got to figure out a way to get out of it, and it's just this big trap. And um, it's not a like an M. Night Shyamalan like giant twist. There's not like you're waiting for that. That's not it. He definitely has reeled that back in this movie, which is appreciative because I think he's had more misses than hits, especially recently. So it's
It's
like,
actually aliens. That's it.
right. So it's like, I mean, come on. There's been a couple hits,
Couple hits.
couple hits, but yeah, I think it was again good, great premise, great in Act One, great okay in Act Two. Act Three kind of gets a little crazy, but it kind of gives similar vibes, I'll say.
Hmm,
So it's
I
worth
can
a
see that.
worth a watch. It's worth a
I,
watch.
I was excited about it when I saw the first trailer. Thought it looked decent. So need to watch it. Forgot about it, honestly. So
Take it or leave it, brother.
take it or leave it. All right, you guys got anything else before we get into tonight's topic?
Seahawks kicked another field goal right before the half.
Is it 6-3?
It is.
Oh
6-3.
gosh.
What a high scoring game. Nothing like that. What is it? 31-2 or 34-2 or whatever it was the other day. When the only point scored are a safety. You know, you're
Was it
good
the
football team.
Ravens Texans game?
That was
Yeah.
the Ravens Texans, and it was pretty nasty safety. I mean, you got Derrick Henry
Well,
coming out
yeah,
the backfield.
but that's the only points you get. Come on.
CJ
Yeah, maybe
did not.
maybe CJ Stroud ain't the dude. Probably
I don't
shouldn't have
think
been
he's the
given.
dude.
He probably should have been given career advice to Caleb Williams after his fourth game.
You know what?
Dude, what
Let's
a
just swap them
joke.
out. Let's just swap them player for player. Let's go. CJ Stroud to the Bears and
Listen, that is a playoff team that you're trying to compare yourself to a little bit there. Okay, you guys aren't
I'm
making.
just comparing the performances of Caleb Williams and CJ Stroud since that game.
CJ was off. CJ was off, but he's
CJ
still,
has what 15 touchdowns. Oh, he's got 19 touchdowns and like 13 interceptions. Caleb Williams has 15 touchdowns and one interception. Currently riding the longest rookie streak of without a interception thrown. Um, the dude just has nothing. Now he has the most sacks coming into this game at 60.
wait.
and
I'm gonna
pretty
count
sure he's
down.
been
3,
sacked.
2, 1, pick.
I am pretty sure he's been sacked already. Let me just find that number right now because it's already too much.
all right. This has turned into the Bears podcast.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We're on the
Hey,
Indiana
don't-
Bears
don't
podcast.
tempt- don't
welcome
tempt
to
me with
hello
a
everybody.
good-
Welcome to the Indiana Bears. Hello, NFL fans.
Don't tempt me with a good
Welcome
time
to
here,
the
fellas.
Indiana Bears fans podcast, where we're gonna talk about
Two
all things
sacks.
Bears.
2 sacks this game already.
Chicago.
Talk about the Bear. We're live. We're actually we should
Talk
work on
about-
live streaming. Live
We,
stream the
you know what?
game.
I'll just pull it up. We'll just live stream it on the pod. We're
Just
gonna
live
talk
stream
about
it.
the Bears.
The
Yeah,
Bears.
you want to talk about the rage videos coming back to life.
Now listen.
Dude, I'm
here.
game.
Listen
I'm in.
here. Listen here. If the
Got at
defense
least
is
3 years of
hold,
that.
we're gonna have more punts than points. Okay, they just need to hold in the second half, and we got more
Listen, we're
points.
gonna have more punts than points.
It's such bad football. Such bad football.
Hey,
It's great.
the Bears.
Okay, there's my Bears rant. CJ Stroud sucks. That's all I was trying to get to.
Hey, he plays in the playoffs. Caleb doesn't.
It's his first. It's his first year, Jake. You don't have a team in this thing, okay?
That's not true. That's not true. At the time of this recording,
Pretty
there
sure
are two-
they're in the
there are
they're,
two
walk, they're
paths.
in the hunt, right?
There are two paths. They're very unlikely, but there's two paths for the
Could
Colts to
happen.
make the playoffs.
Could happen.
I need the Chargers to lose out. And they have to lose to like the Patriots and the Raiders.
Yeah, sorry, they're not gonna lose.
Man,
to the Patriots.
speaking of
Or the
losing
Raiders.
out, man, tell me what that sweet life is like, bro. You know what I'm talking about.
The suites at Lucas Oil are very nice. Thank you very much, Rochester Metal and Ironworks.
Hey
Appreciate
man,
it.
don't give them a shout out. They don't sponsor.
Well, they do this episode.
Jake, talk to him. Give him my card.
Because this guy was able to partake. And
Perfect
it
pick games.
was,
Perfectpickgames.com.
it was very nice. It was very nice. And one day, Perfectly Picked Games might get there to sponsor a suite, but we are not there right now. So,
It'll be a Pacers suite anyway.
I don't know. It's a lot more games. It's a lot more money.
That's why it would be cheaper though.
No, I don't think so. I don't know, but I don't think so. I'm not in those circles to know exactly what those things cost.
But the thing about it is
I
you've
don't
got a
wanna-
name that can at least get the conversation started.
Yes.
I run my
Listen,
own.
Golden-
I run my own company.
I
We'd love to have a
do.
sit down with you, sir.
Golden
Love.
Mojo Entertainment would love a sponsor like that.
I would love it.
The Emperor?
We're-
Where's the Emperor?
We're not here for those things. We're here to talk about Christmas movies, okay?
We're here for
Not about teams that may or may not make the playoffs and companies that may or may not have suites in said teams' arenas.
the sweet,
All right,
the
all
sweet
right.
life of Jake and
It's his
shall not
brother.
be named.
It's his brother's brother-in-law. That's how he got the ticket. It's
You
not what's
better.
not what
You
you
know
know, it's
what?
who you know.
It's who
I
you
know.
know. It's who you know.
That's how I got those tickets for the IU Notre Dame game.
That's exactly
Exactly.
right.
All right. Yes, Jake,
What are we?
you're right. We are here to talk Christmas movies, but specifically, we're here to talk about actors' performances in Christmas movies. Our top 3 performances by an actor or actress in Christmas movies. Now, I don't know what you guys went through to make this list. We've had a couple extra weeks here because we had to postpone this episode, which is okay. It's my fault. I'm sorry. Apologize. I'm sure you guys are okay with that. But we're here now. And I'm excited to hear what you guys have on your list because going
yeah.
through it, I feel like we're gonna cross each other a lot here. Not positive, but I feel like it's gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
There,
It's definitely gonna happen.
there is zero chance you crisscross my first list. My second list we're gonna crisscross, but
You dove deep.
my not real list that I have ran by multiple parties and I have received a lot of negative feedback on, which just makes me want to
Oh
persevere
my
even more.
gosh. Exactly.
That's your second list?
I mean, that was
No,
my first list. I made this
Okay.
list first, and then I made my real list second. And
Okay.
I plan to just share my first list in its entirety, create a bunch of rage, create a bunch of people that want to turn this off, and then we'll give the real list.
Okay. I like it.
Or I can flip-flop that as we produce it on the fly, however you would like it to go. We can save it. I can tease it.
I'm gonna say you do it however you want to do it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna tease it. So we're gonna
Okay.
go through some lists here, and then I got the real list of Christmas movies.
Okay. All right. Who's gonna start?
I can start this party.
You rock, paper, scissors, flip a coin. I don't know.
All right, are we doing top 5, top 10, top 20?
Top 3. Make it an
Gosh.
easy one.
Oh my.
All right,
All
why?
right, man. Mine's a 1989 film. Produced by National Lampoon. It is Christmas Vacation. This is tough for me to put this movie third. I love this movie so much. But Chevy Chase's character in this movie is 110% ridiculous. It is just about trying to have the best perfect Christmas that you can have with the most unlikeliest of families. It just won't ever work. And he does everything in his power to make it happen. And every step of the way, it just gets crazier and crazier. And I think
Yep.
that's a little bit to Chevy Chase's character and the way he plays his roles. But yeah, 110%. It's Chevy Chase. It's Clark
Christmas
Griswold.
Vacation.
Christmas Vacation. An absolute phenomenal role that he had in this movie.
Can you quote the entire section of the movie where he's yelling about his boss and how he wants him there as a present?
I don't think I could off the top of my head.
I thought you liked that movie enough to be able to know that entire.
Well, there's just so many other lines that are better than just that tirade.
But that whole tirade at the end is just great. I can't do it because I mean I don't really enjoy the movie as much as you do, I guess.
Yeah. I know what you mean. But I feel like, Cousin Eddie has probably in total the best lines of the movie.
He is the comedic relief the entire film.
Yes. He probably has the best lines, but just Chevy Chase the whole time. If you just watch him the whole time, it's ridiculous. I don't know how. I laugh all the time. I don't know how.
The sledding scene's one of my favorite scenes.
Oh my gosh.
Movie of all time. It's just so unreal. Like just gone.
Nothing between me and the ground and this government plastic.
Yep.
Oh gosh. But yeah, Chevy Chase, Clark Griswold, Christmas
Nice.
Vacation. My number 3. Jake, how are you doing your weird list?
Well, the weird list will occur in just a little bit, but
Okay.
my it's not weird. It's an actual Christmas list first and foremost. I'll say
Oh,
that.
good.
But for maybe a more traditionalist, conservative Christmas list, my number 3 begins with a movie that it's Christmas time and the Griswolds are preparing for a family seasonal celebration, but things never run smoothly for Clark, his wife Ellen, and their 2 kids. Clark's continual bad luck worsens when his obnoxious family guests, but he manages to keep going, knowing that his Christmas bonus is due soon.
Chili of the month, baby.
The gift that keeps on giving,
This is a
Clark.
Gift that
gift.
keeps on giving, Clark. Now, yes, I will agree with Colton. There are many more quotable moments from characters not played by Chevy Chase. However, I believe that the entirety of not only the National Lampoon's Vacation series, the
Hmm.
trilogy, quadrilogy, whatever you want to call it, that goes in it, is carried by Chevy Chase. Yeah, I think there's
What do you
4.
call that? What do you call that?
I don't know. But it is carried by Chevy Chase. It is one of his more iconic roles. And I absolutely adore and love the fact that the children are never
The
casted by the
same.
same people, but we're going to keep Clark and Ellen the same. So that is
And
a
Eddie.
and Eddie, yes, yes,
Even his wife changes.
yes, but his wife changes, but those 3 will remain constant. Now, is that due to contract disputes? Is that due to negotiations? Is that due to whatever? I have no idea, but I love it. If it's intentional, amazing. Unintentional, even better. So the fact that it's quotable, it's a classic movie. There are so many sweaters, t-shirts, pop culture
Oh,
references to this movie around Christmas time to the point where uh, adolescents quote it or wear clothing, but they don't even know what it's from because they haven't seen
Yeah,
it. And then when
exactly.
they see it, they love it. So it's just
Yeah.
and the Christmas dinner scene is one of the
oh my gosh.
every time we pray, almost every time we say grace as a family, it's always the black
The
The blessed.
blessing.
and Grace died 30 years
30
ago.
years ago.
And we're gonna do the Pledge of Allegiance and we're gonna stand up.
You serious, Clark?
I pledge allegiance
Oh my
to the
gosh.
flag.
Just when they're trying to salvage the turkey and it's just in
The
Clark's.
frying the cat. There's too many moments.
No, I've tried myself trying to do that thing where you take a piece of dry food, you put it in your mouth, take a little swig of water, and kind of swish it between your teeth. That's Chevy Chase. That's just what it is. And yes, Santa was seen, flying in. They did see him. And you serious, Clark?
You serious?
So
Colton,
my
do you
yes.
own the mugs?
I
The
do. I do have.
I
I do
figured
have
you
one
did.
of the. I have one of the
The
moose
moose
mugs.
mugs. What about is there a lamp? There's a lamp, right? The
No, the lamp is a Christmas story.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
I have that lamp too.
Okay, yeah.
I do have the Christmas story lamp. But yeah. Oh
And,
man.
and so Julia Louis Dreyfus
Uh-huh.
plays Margot. Nicholas Guest plays Todd, and still leads to one of the best lines that no one at the time even probably knew was going to be
New.
one of the most quotable.
100%. It is. That's probably like the newest line that's been quote unquote discovered from the movie in the last what 3 years, 5 years, if that. Why is the floor wet, Todd?
I don't know, Margot. Delivered great. It's a little baby scene, but it's definitely nestled its way into pop culture for sure. So,
Where are you
my,
gonna put that big of a tree?
yep, that's
Bend over
also
and I'll
one.
show you.
Yep, that's another one.
You have the nerve
It
to talk to me that way?
just full. It's
I wasn't
full and
talking
full
to
and
you.
full.
It's chock full. 1989 National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is my number 3 as well.
Great movie. Great choice. Great choice. Okay, Gunnar, what's your number 3?
I don't know. I can't really follow up that. You guys both doing Christmas Vacation. It's Christmas Vacation's in my honorable mentions.
Fair
put it
enough.
in there.
I'm not mad.
It's a movie I watch every year because I enjoy it. It's not a movie that I would go out of my way to watch two or three, four times. This my number three also is not a movie that I watch two or three, four times. It's a movie I watch once a year, and that is It's a Wonderful Life, and that is Jimmy Stewart.
Okay.
And I choose this movie just because, like, knowing and watching documentaries about what Jimmy Stewart was going through at the time that they actually filmed this movie. He lost family, he lost friends, he lost, people in the military that he had been out with, on, I don't even know where they were at that time. Was that Vietnam? I'm pretty sure. But
Deployment.
yeah, like everything that he went through at that time, like seeing his reaction in this movie and watching documentaries talking about how he, like the emotion he was showing was a lot because of what he went through. So I just think he did a phenomenal job in this movie. And this movie is our once a year rewatch that we watch every Christmas Eve. Like I said earlier, we did not watch it this year, but I will watch it probably tonight or tomorrow night. So, um, yeah, I don't know what else to say, but it's just a great film. Color, black and white, however you want to watch it.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Number twos. Do they make you cry?
Tears. Tears of joy and laughter.
Okay.
Mine is a movie that really catapulted this director's career to real stardom and fame. And it's probably
John Favreau?
maybe in 2003 he directed a movie that
Was that right?
starred
Was that right?
that starred James Caan and
Oh.
Will Ferrell.
Oh,
Yes, that is Elf.
sorry.
I mean, Will Ferrell as Elf, as Buddy the Elf. This movie, good lord, just as oh my gosh. I mean, I don't know where to begin. Just his over the topness. I just saw an interview with the late great James Caan talking about how like Caan hated the performance that Will Ferrell was doing, like while they were shooting the movie. And then once he finally saw like the movie, like the entirety of the movie as a whole, he went to him and said, "I see why you were acting the way you were acting because it came across the film as brilliant." And he always thought Farrell's performance was that movie was great, but he said during the movie he just thought it was terrible acting. And I think that just goes to show how great of a job Will Ferrell did in this movie and kind of his heydays of kind of the later SNL stuff, and he's finally starting to break through in the movie industry. And like I said, John Favreau, go man, talk about a movie that you get to go first with is Elf, and it's just like, dude, the dude has just been he just whenever it seems like whenever he touches something, he's almost become our generation of like Spielberg to an extent. We're not getting like the big stuff, but it seems like he's not missing, especially when you look at what he's doing with Disney and the Star Wars and what he did with the MCU type stuff. I mean, he had his hand in all that. So I think if given the right freedom to do it the way he wants to do it, I think he can do it. And this movie, I think, kind of was his springboard into that kind of freedom
I think
when
it
it comes to
it
making
gave him a
stuff.
lot of confidence.
Oh yeah,
It
for
did.
sure.
And it still does. Like Elf still makes him money every single year.
Oh, that'll make him money forever.
Yeah.
For forever. So yep, Will Ferrell. Um Favorite line. I can't think of a favorite line. Honestly, it's just probably with the narwhal, and he doesn't even give
Hope
that
you find your
line.
dad.
Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
My favorite scene in that movie is probably the when they're singing "Baby It's Cold Outside,"
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and she's like, "Yes."
He just closes his eyes and runs.
Yeah.
Oh man. So Jake, what's your number two and does it make you cry?
My number two does not make me cry.
Okay.
My number two comes to us from 1994. 4, runtime 1 hour and 37 minutes. It is rated a solid PG, and I will just read a quote from the movie. You let me know if you why don't you buzz in whenever you get this, okay? I've given you enough information. My own recipe. Took me 1,200 years to get it right. 1,200.
Buzz in, Santa Claus. Cocoa, hot cocoa, hot cocoa.
Hot
That is
cocoa.
correct. That is correct, Gunner. It is the Santa Claus. 1,200 years. That's right. You know, you look pretty good for your age. Thanks, but I'm seeing someone in rapping. Thank you for the thank you. Okay. Yep.
What
Got
else?
it.
Sorry.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank
Oh
you.
my gosh.
Yes, that is SC Scott Calvin. Tim Allen plays Scott Calvin, who is just this eccentric, you know, working at a big company, a toy company that is all about profit and all about figuring out in one of their meetings how to make the next new toy, which is a tank, which I love, as to be Santa's just rolling down. I think the quote is Santa's
It's rolling down a
down the
Panzer.
street in a Panzer.
And a Panzer.
Oh, what's that? He took out the Millers or whatever that family is.
Oh my gosh.
So
Yes.
that's a great scene. The way that he changes his body throughout the movie is great. I love that he claims his weight gain in that scene as well as the bee sting. Just great. He's done his whole
So
body.
good. It's so good. I'll have a Caesar, no dressing, and one of those homemade cookies.
That's right. Ooh, and a hot fudge sundae.
Yeah.
Extra fudge.
Extra fudge.
And then
No
anytime
nuts. No nuts.
anytime anyone's ever scraping something out of the bottom, it always reminds me when he's scraping the glass.
Oh, that yes.
Are you done? Yes. So good.
They're playing the Jeopardy music during that scene, aren't they?
Yes, they are. I don't know how they were allowed to do that. Apparently, they paid some money in order to do it for the rights, but they were playing that. Yes. So we've also got Bernard in there.
Ah,
Is
love it.
great, great character to help guide and move the story along in there. But it was just, I think it was a good movie as well for kids to kind of see, to answer one of the questions that children do wrestle with when it comes to Santa when they're younger, when they're still believing, and that is, how does Santa get into homes that don't have chimneys? So
Yes.
it kind of answers that, makes like a portal, and it kind of goes in like, and that's just I remember watching it because it came out when I was like 5. And so I remember watching it as a kid and being like, oh, that makes sense. Like that, oh yeah, that's probably exactly how it works in real life. But certainly loved it. A lot of sequels to the movie. Some are okay, some are not very good at all. But definitely the original.
But what about the show?
The original, what's up?
The show? You watch the show at all?
No, I didn't. I heard it was good. Oh, no,
Colton, come on.
Okay.
It's not that bad. Like, it's cheesy as all get out, but it's not
Okay.
that bad.
Okay.
I felt like, and to me, that's where like the Santa Claus really started to, like, the first one I thought was fantastic. The second one got cheesy. The third one got even cheesier, and the show got even cheesier than the other was. I was like, okay, this is too much. Maybe if I was 5 or 6 the whole time, yeah, I could be okay with this, but I can't
Martin
do it.
Short as Jack Frost in Santa Claus 3 is a great choice.
Oh, I agree, Martin. That was a great casting choice. It's like he was born to play that role.
Yeah. Although I feel like Jack Frost is a little bit more on the evil side than like the goofy, like, I don't know, goofy evil character. But
because you're probably thinking of old Kiefer. Oh, who is the dude from the Jack Frost the movie? Who's in that movie? I can't think of his name. I can see his face.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna let you struggle this one out because I know who it is. Go ahead, keep going.
I can't think of it.
You can. I want the viewers to just be screaming his
That's
name.
okay. That's okay.
He-
That snowman, when he turns into a snowman.
No, hold on. Hold the phone.
I don't know the guy's name.
are
do
you
know
are you
who-
talking Jack Frost, like where the dad turns into the snowman?
Yes.
Yes, hold on, Gunner. Hold
I'm
on,
gonna
Gunner.
say it because that's my number 1. I know I haven't done my number 2 yet, but that's my number 1.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
okay.
I'm about to
Okay.
kick you in the nuts.
Yeah, well, you hold on to that, Colton. We're
Okay,
gonna
no,
hold
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay, just because of that now that we know that. I'm not gonna say anything else.
Oh my gosh.
Gunner, what is your number two and does it make you cry?
My number two does not make me cry, but it did come out in 1994. It is Tim Allen as the Santa Claus.
All right.
Yeah, like you said, Jake, I think he did so great. The body changes he goes through and like the constant, like he goes to the doctor and he's like, what is like, how does a beard grow? Like he's talking about how fast and his facial hair is growing, and the doctors give him like these like unreasonable answers. I'm like, watch your weight, watch what you're eating. Like, come on. it's not it's not normal for that to happen. I love Charlie in this film, having to like work with his dad being Santa Claus and not being able to tell other kids that his dad is Santa Claus. I also do enjoy how that works out through the second movie where he's coping with it in a whole different way. Um, I don't know. This movie is just one of those. It came out. I was born in '95, so Jake, you might have been 5 when this came out. I wasn't even born when this came out, but it's a movie that sticks with me. I watch all three of them when I watch them. I enjoy all three of them. I know some of them aren't as good as others, but I do. But yeah, Bernard, probably one of my favorite characters in any movie of all time. But I do love Tim Allen as Santa Claus. Scott Calvin,
SC.
SC. Got all these. Got some packages for you, and these signs, and entire living room's full. The Easter eggs. I don't know if you guys watch any videos on like all the different elves that are in the background throughout the entire movie. Like even in the classroom or at the soccer game, like all these different times in the movie where there's an elf watching, and the theories on how they knew that Scott Calvin was going to be the next Santa Claus and they just made it happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. It's great.
I
Honorable
love it.
mentions.
Honorable mentions. All right, Cody.
I do have all three of the Santa Clauses in there.
Yes.
So gotta have those. I also have and that's Tim Allen for those movies, but I also have Home Alone 1 and 2, and it's the Wet Bandits. No, 3 can go kick rocks, Gunner. You're the only person in America who I knows who likes Home Alone 3.
Yeah, you're not gonna find any sympathy here.
I love 3.
3 sucks.
3 does not suck. Go
Yes,
watch
it
it
does.
again. Go watch
You
it
are
again.
you are seeing
4
it with
4 is trash. 3
the
is good.
you are seeing it with childlike eyes.
Scarlett Johansson. The only reason to watch the movie.
That doesn't make it
Okay,
okay.
Doesn't
I move on.
thank you, Jake. It does not make
The
it any
parrot, the
better.
cracker. It's literally Home Alone, just like the kid is sick at
Oh
home.
my gosh.
Yeah, we know that's why we don't like it.
I'm not lost in New York.
Oh gosh.
You
That's great.
you stop. You keep that movie out of your mouth. Okay.
Keep
Yeah,
that.
I'm gonna die on this hill. That is the drop down.
Add it to the drop down. Yes. That's awesome. I love that.
Okay, go ahead.
And then I've got a Bing Crosby and White Christmas. So
Nice.
that's my honorable mention.
Ouch.
What?
Okay. Ouch. Got just the snubbery from you, Colton. I can't believe it. Snubbed. So, honorable mentions. I only have 2 on this list. I have
Okay.
a couple more in my real list that'll be coming
Oh,
here in a little
Lord.
bit. The 2 that I have for my honorable mentions, Chris Sarandon. He is the voice actor, if you're unfamiliar, of Jack the Pumpkin King in A Nightmare Before Christmas. And I just really enjoy that movie, and I enjoy Tim Burton's take on that movie. And it is a Christmas movie and a Halloween movie all rolled into one, which is phenomenal. And then I also, it's the snubbery that I'm alluding to from you, Juan, which is Jim Carrey and How the Grinch Stole Christmas. So I just hope and pray that you're holding on to that as your sneaky number one. You're just going to erase whatever you have at number one and put him in there. Because his transformation into that character alone, and some of the clips that have surfaced from behind the scenes where he talks about the interviews of the amount of hours it took in makeup for him to do that, is
Beautiful.
incredible. And it is just an iconic character come to life from a classic Dr. Seuss movie.
Yeah.
What are your honorable mentions, Gunner?
Honorable mentions. I do have Chevy. I think I do love Christmas Vacation. It's just not one of my all-time favorite Christmas movies. And I can watch it every year, and I do watch it every year. Most of the time I fall asleep about halfway through because I've seen it so many times I just can't stay awake. But also have Will Ferrell as Buddy the Elf. I love that role. I also like pretty much any cast member in that movie did a great job. I have Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis in Christmas with the Cranks. I love that movie. It's my number one Christmas movie. I watch it multiple times every year.
Interesting.
I'm getting some odd head nods there.
Just interesting. That's all. That's all.
The night before, I'm gonna go Seth Rogen. A hilarious movie.
Oh, then okay. I know what movie you're
Yes.
talking about.
Yes, it's dumb
Joseph
comedy.
Gordon-Levitt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anthony
Yeah, that
Mackie.
movie. I remember I saw that one in theaters. I was like, what the heck am I watching?
It's hilarious. Go back and watch it now. It is so funny. It's so good.
gosh.
And then I do have Jim Carrey as the Grinch, and no, not Jim Carrey as A Christmas Carol. I hate that animation. Terrible movie. Gross. I hate it. Blech.
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
Nice. Good list. Good list. Good honorable mentions.
Mm-hmm. Number ones.
Whew, man, my number one is a 2000 flick directed by Ron Howard, starring Jim Carrey. It is How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Yes, Jim Carrey, this role, everything Jake you just said and talked
Thank you.
about, I'm absolutely phenomenal. Jim Carrey is on record saying he would never do this role again, ever again, just because of the makeup, the prep time for it. And I don't blame him. Like, he knocked it out of the park the first time. He don't ever have to touch this again. And honestly, I don't think it should be remade ever again.
I agree.
A
with
live
that.
version.
I agree with that.
Like, don't ever touch it. Don't ever, ever touch that movie.
They will. Somebody.
Oh, they will for sure. 100% will. And they'll screw it up. But yeah, just his role in it. It's quintessential Jim Carrey. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. Jim Carrey brought his goofy self to a character who does not like people, and it made it funny to be mean to people to a certain extent. And I think, as it being a Dr. Seuss book, you can get away with some more shenanigans. And Jim Carrey's role is just character is just phenomenal. I think this is one of the best jobs ever in a Christmas movie. So, Jake, what's your number one?
My number one is a 2003 flick from a brand new director in a breakout role that stars a human orphan who's adopted into the world of elves and lives at the North Pole and just doesn't quite seem to meet the quota when it comes to building toys.
The
And,
quota.
and so he decides to embark on the adventure to find his estranged father who doesn't even know about his birth and his existence. That is Buddy the Elf, portrayed or acted by Will Ferrell. And I also read that in the scene where Buddy is eating all of the just sugary foods, right?
Uh-huh.
Serve
And,
spaghetti.
and he throws up. Yeah, they had to shoot it twice because he vomited the first time that he did it.
Actually heard he got really, really sick.
I mean, I don't blame him
Because
at
from
all.
all the sugar he ate
Mm.
from those days, he got pretty messed up by it.
Yes, as you should have, because I mean, is there sugar in syrup? Yes.
A
Then
lot.
yes.
A lot.
I think that the ability to capture and almost like a childlike approach to that role, Colton, you've alluded to that in your previous discussions and how he brought that to life. I did learn a lot by also watching the films that made us with some of
Yes.
the perspective shots that they had to take, which was really incredible. And Gunnar and I'm sure you also find that very fascinating,
Of
interesting,
course.
and just how to make that film and how to make it look the way that you want it to look. Um, in there. And so I just appreciate all the work that went in there. And I really love the part where they talked about how do you shoot the streets of New York? How do you make it look like the streets of New York? You just take a film crew out and just shoot the
Just
streets of New
shoot.
York. You
That's
just
all it
send
takes.
you just send them out there and like just get as much film as you can, and hopefully we've got enough to make it work and to fill it in the scenes that we need. So we'll just do that. So it just felt like very creative work on everyone's part and the ability to let Will Ferrell just kind of run the show with that character. And it's uh it's one that I've appreciated that they haven't made a sequel, at least one that I know about off the top of my head. And I appreciate that they didn't go back to that well and try and capture it because there's no way it could even get close to the way that
I agree.
Elf went. So my number one is Buddy the Elf, played by Will Ferrell.
The snowball fight. I saw a TikTok on this when
Oh, I saw somebody did
did
the
you see
math on that.
116 miles an hour is
That's
what
what
he
I was
threw that
telling.
snowball.
I was telling Bree that, we're watching the scene at William. We actually watched it with William.
Mhm.
And I was like, hey, somebody did the math on this and like stepped it out and like did the whole,
You
algebra 2 to it.
you take
And it's
the
like,
whole Pythagorean theorem and
oh,
all
yeah.
the different
Oh,
aspects of
my
velocity,
gosh.
and I don't know how they did it, but 116 miles an hour.
Smoking.
Think that would have killed somebody at some point.
I think they took a couple face shots a couple times. And I'm
Hmm.
thinking that at least orbital bone, at least.
Yeah, broke something, knocked him out. Who knows? I mean, the one kid he hit from like 90 yards away.
Yeah, Jude got a missile coming at him.
Yeah, just that was so interesting to watch that guy do that.
What you got, Jake?
I love it. I just want to update our listeners. I know this is still post dated here, but we have since tied the number of punts and points in the Bears Seahawks game. So just want to update everybody on that it is currently tied 9 punts and 9 points.
I just want you to know that the Bears are currently on a drive. It's the end. It's the end of the third quarter, like Jake said, and we are 4 plays in. We are -1 yards. 4 plays
Beautiful
in,
thing.
-1 yards. I hate my team. I blame my dad. I tell him all the time, I hate
This
you.
is your fault.
This is your fault.
This is
I'm
your
going to do it
fault.
to my son.
All right. Well, you enjoy that rage on mute.
Oh gosh, Gunner, you're number one. We kind of know it, but let's
You do
hear
know
it.
it. It is 1998. It is a movie all about Charlie, whose dad has passed away in a tragic car accident after one of his gigs when he was trying to head back to their family cabin for Christmas to actually spend time with his family because he spent so much time out on tour away from them. He just wanted some good family time. Well, his windshield wipers stopped working on his way home. He ends up crashing, passing away. 1 year later, Charlie, during Christmas, decides to build a snowman and makes a wish. The snowman comes to life. His dad's body is reincarnated into the snowman, and he gets to spend a couple extra days, weeks with his dad before he leaves him again, but he gets to see him. It's a beautiful movie. Jack Frost, 1998. Michael Keaton. Although it is
Keaton.
mostly a voiceover role for him as a snowman, still the music aspect of it, the way he plays a father, and like just being that joking, like charismatic dad that knows he needs to be there, but he has other obligations. And the moment he gives up those obligations and goes to actually see his family, it ends tragically. And it's a movie, honestly, that makes me cry every time I watch it. It's a great movie. The final scene where they play, and God, I cannot remember the song for my life. If I could remember it, um, I mean, one of you guys can look it up.
Are
The
you
song at the
talking
end of Jack
about the
Frost.
Dixie Chicks or the Chicks now as they're
Yes,
named?
yes, yes. The way the song fits in the movie and everything happens, and it does. It makes you tear up every time. Um, Great movie. Michael Keaton does great. I mean, honestly, all the actors and actresses in this movie did great. Kelly Preston, Joseph Cross, Mark Addy's in it as the best friend. Some hockey involved. Pull up the
Oh my
yeah, there you go. My
gosh.
number one, Jack Frost.
10th punt.
We're counting them down. We're counting
I
them
hate
down.
them. I hate them so much.
Hey, it's the beers.
Pretty sure
Gunner, good list, brother. I like your list.
pretty
Thank
sure
you.
the
Thank you.
song is Landslide
It is Landslide. Yes,
by
it is Landslide.
the Chicks, as they're now called.
Yeah, but man, just go watch that last scene of the movie where he fades away in the snow. Man, the way Charlie like works with him throughout the rest of the movie, and he teaches him like the different shots, like the hockey shots. I don't know if he teaches him a slap shot or what. It's not a knuckle puck, but it's a slap shot. Um, just the relationship he ends up having with his dad as a snowman. It's touching. It's great.
Does the slap shot break the glass that the two coaches are standing behind?
Is that regulation size or what? Speaking of everybody that's listening today, if you haven't had a chance, go look at the sneak peek. Happy Gilmore 2 came out over this past weekend. Travis Kelce makes an appearance in the little preview. Shooter McGavin's back.
Shooter.
Virginia Bennett coming back, same actress. I'm really hoping we get like his young caddy or something coming back, one that he like strangled on the.
I hope he comes. I actually hope he comes back as a golfer. He
It's
does
probably
the same
Travis
thing,
Kelce.
and the same thing to his caddy. He does the same thing to his caddy. That'd be
Oh yeah,
hysterical.
that would be good. That would be good. Is there going to be a pop out scene?
Gotta be. Gotta be. That clown has gotta be in it. It's some way. You're
Yep.
gonna die, Mr. Clown.
You're gonna die, clown. I'm actually kind of excited for it. I know it's gonna suck. I can't
Yes.
imagine it's gonna be good, but I'm
Can't
excited
be.
I'm
It
excited to
can't
watch
be.
it. Netflix original. Gonna blow. What else? You guys know anything else that's coming out?
No, I don't know any others that are coming out. I just have
Jake, you have another list.
I just have a couple movies
Oh
that
yeah. Let's hear it.
I just kind of want to go through. I think that really when I was led down this path of the best, actress performance, which by the way, total apologies, 100% to any ladies that are listening. I don't want to feel like we're snubbing too much on the actresses, but it's
Whoa,
just
whoa, 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 whoa! I did mention Jamie Lee Curtis.
you mentioned an actress. Great. I'm sure that really
Thanks.
appeased all of your female
Yes.
listeners that they're just like,
We
oh,
didn't have any
you
female
at least
listeners.
mentioned one.
I wish
Yeah,
we
I
did.
just I just want to know that I do. I know that about myself. I strayed towards the actors primarily because it's the only ones that I can remember their names. I struggle really hard, and Colton knows a lot about struggling with actresses' names and naming them correctly on a podcast.
It's tougher than it looks.
Penelope Cruz. So
Oh my gosh.
I know that, I acknowledge that. I had a list that I started to create, and I did have some help in this creation. So Positive Pete, Trace did assist a little bit. My brother Jordan did assist with some of these, but we felt that we needed to really go down this road of what do we consider a Christmas movie, right? There are a lot of different interpretations of Christmas movies. So I want to just throw out some. I want to get your guys' opinion. We can do some sort of vote with like a yes or a yay or a nay, um, kind of a deal in here. Listeners,
Okay.
feel free to play along as you're here to say whether or not these even qualify as Christmas movies. I do have an explanation for each movie as to why it is a Christmas movie. Starting with number 3, is an actor named Ian McKellen. You may know him uh, more historically as Magneto, but before really diving into that early, he played a wizard from a very popular book from J.R.R. Tolkien, and that is Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, a role in which he was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor and lost out to Jim Broadbent for Iris. I mean, how do you not vote? How do you not pick? How does the Academy not pick Gandalf? I don't understand.
Movie was too good. That's why.
That's
That's right.
fair. That's fair. But it doesn't just because, just because the 2000, two Lakers were so good, they didn't give the championship to the Pacers. It's not how that went. Okay. That's the way it goes. Winners win. All right. And Ian should have won. Now, some of you might be saying, Lord of the Rings? How is that a Christmas movie? Simply, it has elves. Elves are in the North Pole. Elves are also fighting against Sauron.
No,
That doesn't work.
not a Christmas movie.
That's too bad. All right. Number two. Number two on the list. A film about one general who falls from the highest of ranks in a society to the lowest of ranks in that society. Goes from just the ability to speak directly to an emperor in private to never ever going to receive an audience with the emperor until he's finally faced in front of him on a sand battlefield in the mecca of all arenas, that is the Colosseum. And Russell Crowe does play that gladiator. Now, I understand how you're shaking your head. You're not sure how Gladiator can be a Christian movie. Let me connect some dots, okay? Christmas. Christmas is a celebration of family, a celebration of giving gifts. However, what what event in the world's history is Christmas aligned to? What is it celebrated by most individuals around the world? What is that event?
The birth of Christ.
That's right, the birth of Christ, right? Jesus Christ of Bethlehem, right? To be specific. And
Just
so,
go on with it.
and so Jesus eventually, right, goes to the end of his life, which he is crucified, um, and spurs an entire religion, and a religion that takes place in the Roman Empire, and a religion that spreads throughout the Roman Empire, which Gladiator is a movie about the Romans, and ultimately
Just tell me the next one's Die Hard, and we'll get
the
done with this.
the Romans become an empire that believes in Christianity. Christmas is about Christianity. Romans are about Christianity. I mean, listen, Russell Crowe's wife and son are crucified. I mean, how more of a direct line do you need to get? Is that a no?
We've talked about this
Absolute no.
one. No.
Okay, 0 for 2. Let's talk about some honorable mentions real quick.
Over 3 to hear
One
real
of the honorable
soon.
mentions, I think it's going to be better.
Honorable mentions: Bruce Willis in Die Hard.
No. We've talked about that 1,000 times.
Um,
Gunnar and I have.
Leonardo DiCaprio plays a Frank Abagnale, not Abagnale, not Abagnale, Frank Abagnale Jr. in Catch Me If You Can. Now, Catch Me If You Can is construed as a Christmas movie because who does Leo call? Or sorry, when does Leo call Tom Hanks's character? What day? Every year.
And
Is it is it Christmas Eve or Christmas
Christmas
Day?
Eve, that's right.
Yeah.
They have a phone conversation on Christmas Eve. There are multiple Christmas scenes throughout the entire movie, including one of the final scenes
this
where
is a great movie. Not a
where Leo
Christmas
goes
movie.
up to his mom's house and it's Christmas and there's a Christmas tree. Thoughts?
Nope. Sorry.
I'm not gonna say no right off the bat.
Okay, okay.
I can
I've
be
got
swayed because you do have some points there.
it is not just one scene. It's not just one and done kind of
It's a lot
ridiculousness.
better than your Gladiator take. I don't care
Oh
what
my.
you say about
Okay. I
Gladiator.
was about to give you the, if it was released on Christmas, I would give it to you. Release date December 25th, 2002.
I didn't say no.
Okay. Now do you feel even better about it, Colton?
I'd almost give it to you at that point.
Thank you.
released on Christmas. Movie's got a 96% on Rotten Tomatoes. That tells you that is a great film.
It's wonderful.
So
Absolutely.
good.
Go
So
see
good.
it, go watch it. Enjoy it around Christmas. It's a Christmas movie. So, Sylvester Stallone plays Vietnam Green Beret in Rambo
Oh my
First Blood.
gosh.
The events do take place around Christmas. There is a distinct Christmas tree within the sheriff's office. Thoughts?
No.
No, I'm getting a
Sorry,
lot of head
brother.
shakes.
Sorry, brother.
Okay. Dolph Lundgren plays a great supporting role as Drago in Rocky 4. And what day do they fight? Christmas Day. That is correct. Rocky 4 is a Christmas movie. The one of the best fights in the entire Rocky franchise take place on Christmas Day. Thoughts on Rocky 4 being a Christmas movie?
Can't give it to you.
Ouch. Okay, finally with this is my last honorable mention. Um, Jake Gyllenhaal plays is a I don't think he's Marine, I think he's Army. Plays an Army private, gets promoted, then gets demoted because during a Christmas party where he's supposed to be on watch, he switches that watch with another individual who lights all of their flares on fire in a great grand celebration during a Christmas party. And he is then punished while wearing a Santa hat. Thoughts on Jake Gyllenhaal and Jarhead? Jarhead
Movie
being the Christmas
sucks.
movie.
Movie's trash. No, trash take.
I
Terrible
listen,
movie.
listen,
Terrible
that
movie.
one hits close to Colton just a little bit extra
Terrible movie.
for the viewers there.
Absolutely a terrible movie. I
That one
watched
hits,
it. I watched that movie with a man who was there.
yeah,
Absolute shit movie.
that's what I was gonna say. It hits a little too close to home for Colton to really give a good take on this one. He's gonna really hate it.
Yeah, no, I watched it once without him, and I was like, he might like it. So we watched it one night, and he was not happy. Not
No,
happy at all.
I listen, I knew you weren't gonna be on board with that. Gunner, though, question is during Christmas. No?
Nope.
Okay. All right.
What's your number
Those
one?
those are all my honorable mentions. My number one, my number two, didn't make me cry, by the way. Number one is a Tom Hanks movie where
Castaway.
he carries the entire film almost by himself,
I wonder why.
where he is stranded on an island. And that is Castaway. And you might recall, wait a second, how was Castaway a Christmas movie? The opening, the before the event on the plane, the the movie surrounds him and Helen Hunt, I believe is her name, their relationship, and the plane is taking off. He has to leave, and he has to leave on Christmas, and he leaves her with the one present which she was unsure about opening, which we believe is that engagement ring. Although I don't know that we're ever really told that in the movie. It never comes to a close on that. So Tom Hanks in Castaway, excellent movie, and the plane did leave and crashed on Christmas. Thoughts on it being a Christmas movie?
I like the
I
case.
think
I think it's a decent case.
I think Catch Me As You Can is your best shot.
Okay, that's fair because believe Catch Me If You Can has the highest rating on Rotten Tomatoes of any of these movies.
Yeah. Oh man, Castaway though.
It's Castaway,
That'd
also
be
an
up there.
excellent movie. It's a bit of a stretch for Christmas, but he gets presents from the sea. You know, he gets all those boxes.
That's
Wilson!
gonna be your take.
Santa Claus came to the island that year.
Maui delivers him presents.
Yeah.
Oh my.
The Rock shows up.
Oh gosh.
Bakersfield.
God, I love Castaway, but I can't. I don't think you can sell me on a Christmas movie for that one.
Okay. Well, listeners, let me know how I did on the list. You can let us know at what address is that again?
PerfectlyPickGames.com. PerfectlyPickGames@gmail.com.
That's
Oh.
my email. That's my
Oh,
business
sorry.
email.
The Call Guys Podcast@gmail.com.
Thank you very much. I think I went like 1 for 8 with you guys.
Yeah,
Oh
probably
yeah,
pretty
for
close.
sure.
Okay. Catch me if you can. 1 for 8. Let's see if anybody else can give me 2, maybe 3.
I'm gonna
Or
go
maybe
watch
4.
Catch Me If You Can. Though. I think I'm gonna watch it and see. Maybe, just maybe, it definitely could be.
Ooh, Balto. Balto didn't make my list. You just said that and reminded me of Balto. I should have put Balto on here.
No.
A dog cannot make this journey alone, but maybe a wolf can.
As you're saying this, I'm seeing a bunch of movies pop up on the screen. Love Actually. What's the one? Is that the one with Jack Black? Or what was the one with Jack Black? I don't know.
I'm
There's
not
so
sure.
many Christmas movies. Everybody, let us know what Christmas movies did you watch this year. What are your top three favorite actors portrayals in a Christmas film? Is it Chevy Chase as Clark? Is it Michael Keaton as Jack Frost? Is it Jimmy Stewart as George Bailey? Let us know. Callguyspodcast@gmail.com. You guys got anything else?
There's been 12 punts. 12.
9 points. Still 9 points.
It's still 9 points at this point. Yes. 12 punts.
The last two drives, the Bears have gotten a first down to turn around to have a double-digit sack followed up by it. So we got that going for us.
Oh my gosh. I think I need to go watch this.
I do not.
I think so. I think that could be, I mean, I don't know how you've explored that, Gunner, and I don't know copyright on it, but like just live streaming a game, listen watching Colton.
I think
Just
I think
this would have
live
been
streaming. I think live streaming is okay. I don't think like recording and like
right.
repurposing is okay.
Well, I don't
Well,
think we can. I don't think we can have the game showing.
I it depends. I think it depends on the size. To be honest, like if you have the game on like a little aspect ratio down in the corner, I think it's
Oh,
different than
okay.
having it like full screen and us like in front of it.
Mm,
I'm not positive on that. I'd have to look at the NFL all their
yeah. Yeah. Why
contractual
don't why don't you why don't
obligations.
you get why don't you work with legal on that and let us
Yeah, yeah. Let's not get sued. Not that
hey,
we are gonna
Emperor.
make
Hey,
any
Emperor. I
money
got
off of it
something.
or
I got
anything.
something for you to
yeah.
do.
Yeah. Tell the emperor to get legal on the line.
Legal on the
Let's
line.
see what we can
He
do because
calls,
I
I just answer. Yeah, I think it'll be
yeah,
all right.
I think it'll be okay. I think this one would have been just a great one to just sit there through this just awful
Well,
game.
I mean, people do it all the time, right? I mean, you see it on Facebook Lives and
Yeah.
TikToks, and I'm
Good
I'm
point.
sure I'm sure there's not a. I'm sure the stipulation is that you cannot reuse the NFL's content
Right. Right.
like
But in
as
the
a later
moment,
version. Yeah, I
yeah.
don't know that like as you like I've seen people that stream like games that people can't get on their like so say the Colts, the Bears, and the Lions are playing. I can't get the Chiefs game because the Colts are playing on CBS, the Lions are playing on NBC. Like you can't get the Chiefs game because they're out of market. So like I go to TikTok and I watch somebody streaming, but they're like, "Hey, just so you know, probably gonna get kicked off because they're gonna take me away because they're technically making money off of how many people view their stream."
Yeah.
Mm,
So I don't know
okay.
exactly how that works, but we're not recording it for money making purposes, I guess. And eventually, at some point, probably, but this early in the game, not sure.
That's fair. Well, no.
There you go.
Thank you very much for having me again on another episode. Thank you for enduring through my list, which I still stand by. All of
As you
those
should.
are Christmas movies. Um, thank you for Colton watching that awful game. Hopefully, while you listen to this, it actually was a victory in the final 6 minutes here, although it doesn't look good
No
uh,
way.
for your beers and that kind of a thing. Just glad you guys have had a great Christmas, and hopefully you'll have a great, excellent New Year as well. And 2025 will be just a great year for you guys and your families as you continue to have growing families. You know, big your kids will get, and it's just awesome to be part of that. So thank you very much. And if anyone out there is looking for some board games, I just got plenty that are still available.
As he looks off to the side of himself.
Yep, they're right over here to my right. That's on that. So we're doing that. I'm also looking at launching. I've done a couple views or streams on an app called Whatnot, which is where you can go online and buy a bunch of random stuff on there. But I think I'm kind of looking at doing some random polls as well to see if that'd be something people would be interested in. So that's what we're on. But Perfectly Picked Games is on Whatnot as well, and we'll share those out when our live streams do occur. But all that information also can be found at perfectlypickedgames.com. So thank you very much.
Nice.
Yeah, and as always, make sure you go check out perfectlypickedgames.com and use code GoldenMojo at checkout for 20% off your order. I don't know how that's all been working out, Jake, but we can talk about this some other time. But if you're listening, go do it. All I gotta say, go do it. Right, Colton?
Always.
Always.
CEO's not that big of a loser.
Hey, is that 13 punts now?
I've given up. I just want to go to sleep now. I just want to go to sleep.
Well, let me get us out of here then.
Thanks. I appreciate it. I hate my teams.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to the Call Guys podcast. You can find us wherever you get your podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. You can also watch us on YouTube. Just search for the Call Guys podcast or click the link in the description to go to our channel where you can like, subscribe, click that bell for notifications when we post on all your favorite podcasts, every sites, all your favorite podcast sites every Monday. Every Monday. Except for the Mondays that we take off because of holidays. Or it's been wild the last couple of months. We've been all over the place, but we will probably be back every week from here until the start of year 4 as we work out what's going on in year 4. So yeah, thank you all for listening. You can send us an email, thecallguyspodcast@gmail.com if you have recommendations for future episodes, questions of the pod. If you want to send us an email just to let us know how you're doing, let us know what you want to hear. That's all we can ask for. So you can also send us a Facebook message. Just go to facebook.com/thecallguyspod, Instagram @thecallguys, and TikTok @thecallguyspodcast. Send us messages on any of those. Rate and review Call Guys Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and check out goldenmojoent.com, where you can find our merch store and all the other podcasts under the Golden Mojo Entertainment Network, a podcast. Plenty of podcasts there. Go check out the Puck Yeah podcast. Go check out Gridiron Kings, Golden 80s, United States Paranormal, all those podcasts. Putting out content every week. It's good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Appreciate you guys. Glad to have you on for this Monday after Christmas episode.
Love your brothers.
Love you, brothers. All right. Jake, what you got?
I got nothing for us. Go watch a movie, go play a game, have some fun.
There you go. And have a great New Year's.
Be
All right.
safe.
For all those out there in podcast land, see you next time.
Catch you on the next one.
Later.
Bye.
See ya.
Hasta la vista.
Beep, beep.
Beep, 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 beep.
Oh, man, Caleb Williams.
Oh, what?
Just got freaking demolished out of bounds.
Dude. I don't get it. I hate my teams.
The Call Guy.